Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the Love Weekly for the sign of Aquarius. I'm going to start off with your oracle cards to see what energies might be impacting a particular relationship you have this week. Mirror Spirit, Spirit of the Crow, Spirit of the Scales. All right, Aquarius. So before we get into your spread for you and your person, Mirror Spirit, Spirit of the Crow, and Spirit of the Scales. Right, well, Mirror Spirit, vanity, reflecting, you know, deflecting also, right? Deflecting certain emotions. Spirit of the Crow, of course, is all about messages coming in, information, prophecy. And Spirit of the Scales, right? Justice, karma, and rebalancing of energies coming in. So we're going to see how that affects your relationship when we pull out the rest of your cards. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. See what's going on for you, Aquarius, this week. And this reading is for today, October 13th up until the 20th, so the next 7 days. All right. Your person is coming in as King of Wands, you're coming in as Ten of Swords. They see you as an Ace of Wands, and you see them as a Ten of Wands. Wow. They desire Tower, and you desire Knight of Pentacles. And what needs to happen for them is the Six of Wands, and for you, Five of Swords. Wow. A lot of fire. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Cups. Page of Cups is all about that token of love, that expression of love, that initial kind of, hello, I'm here, I want to know more, I want to tell you more, I want to get to know more. Doesn't always have to be a big heavy thing, right? Sorry about that, shake of the camera. Doesn't have to be a big heavy thing. Page of Cups is almost like taking everything back to square one. But let's get right into it, Aquarius, your person and you. Your person is coming in as King of Wands this week. You're coming in as Ten of Wands. Well, King of Wands is the leader amongst men because of his creativity, his ability to be who he wants to be, his vision, his uniqueness. Different than the Emperor. The Emperor sort of commands, right? Commands and sort of demands his authority. The King of Wands has a leadership role because people choose to follow him. It's very different in a way. He doesn't necessarily need to have a group of people following him or an army or a territory, whatever, but he is a king nonetheless. And people follow him because he is an example of how to be your own person, how to be absolutely unique, how to follow a vision more than anything. He commands respect in that way. And so your person's coming into the week very fiery like that. You could be dealing with somebody who isn't a very fiery person, who is already someone who is quite up, I want to say, at the top of their game at whatever it is they do. Certainly someone who is highly creative, right? And who's really used to manifesting their dreams, right? Really making those dreams come to life. Because King of Wands all the kings are used to success, right? So that's the nature of the king. Then you have Ten of Swords, how you're coming in, Aquarius. You're coming in, well, clearing up a lot, right? Clearing up a lot, kind of putting a line under a long period of struggling and strife, clearing out a lot of ego wounds, right? Wounds to the ego. That's what Ten of Swords is all about. Those Ten of Swords are all blows to the ego, and now the ego has kind of just completely been obliterated, and a new ego rises. But we generally, when our egos go through this kind of evolvement, we want the new ego to be smaller, right? We want the spirit to be bigger and the ego to be smaller. And this generally comes on the heel of an event. The last kind of sword in the back, the last kind of, example of strife, or the last kind of blow, I want to say. And then it's like also the straw that broke the camel's back sort of thing, right? So it's like tens are also completion. It's the end of a long period, but it also generally indicates that you've probably gone through something quite difficult just recently. That 10th final sword would have been some kind of event that will have happened recently. So it's still a difficult time, but it promises that out of this this difficult time, Aquarius, you are very much evolving. Your ego is very much going to be different. The way you see yourself, your whole, I want to say, personality in a lot of ways, which is our ego, is going to be very, very different coming out of it. And of course, tens not only mark completion and coming full circle, but it is also the seed of the next stage. Now, how do you guys see each other? Your person sees your Ace of Wands, you see them as a Ten of Wands. Well, you both see each other as a fire in each other's lives, an inspiration. Ace of Wands is also the big phallic symbol, or the great phallic symbol in the deck. So your person is seeing you not only as somebody who is an object of new passion for them, but they are very physically, passionately attracted to you. Ace of Wands showing up in a love reading definitely indicates a high degree of physical attraction, right? The libido is running high. And then it is also simply this new fire. You absolutely represent a new fire in their lives. What do they represent for you? Well, you're seeing them as a Ten of Wands. So Ten of Wands again, here we have another situation, a 10 card, which is completion and again, the beginning of something new. But with Ten of Wands, it's kind of like you are feeling extremely oppressed, feeling like you just can't carry any more of what you're carrying, right? It's the end of a long period of carrying a lot of hang-ups, baggage, etc., whatever those 10 wands represent to you. And now is the time to finally lay it down. But just like with the 10 of swords, it's because of the final act, or it's because this oppressive feeling has become so overwhelming that the levee kind of breaks. So there is a still... it's interesting that you would see them as a Ten of Wands. I want to almost say that I don't feel that they are necessarily a source of this last bit of oppressive feeling, but I want to say that almost something about your life, right, or something about what you're going through right now is that this other person, I want to say, I feel like they are kind of showing you how much you need to let these wands go, right? So I don't think that they are part of the oppressive feeling, but rather showing you that you have been carrying too much burden around with you, too much heaviness, too much baggage, and it's time to lay it down if you want to have the future that you want, if you want to have a good future, if you want to have a future where you're making decisions, making the right decisions, and you're able to make the right decisions, you have to lay down those 10 wands. Because right now, this individual on this card cannot see. They can't see, and they can't make the right decision of where to go because they can't see. So it's interesting. It feels strongly to me, Aquarius, like this person is kind of opening your eyes up to something. Perhaps that up until now you may not have realized, or perhaps up until now you just didn't have a reason to be that sort of inspired to let go of. So when we talk about the Tower, Knight of Pentacles, in terms of your desires, right? Your person desires the Tower, you desire Knight of Pentacles. Well, a shaking up, right? They want to be shaken up. They want to sort of, Tower is a huge moment, right? It's a huge moment. It's a huge shakeup to our foundations and everything that we dreamed about. But when this card is in a position of what we desire, it can be that we desire that. We need the wake-up call. We are desiring the wake-up call. We're desiring certainly something new and different. And I want to say, almost somebody as well who probably welcomes a certain amount of chaos. Okay, Aquarius, you may be dealing with someone who does enjoy a certain amount of chaos. They're already coming in with the King of Wands, so you're already dealing with somebody who's very, very eccentric and quirky. But Tower is a really interesting card to come out in this position, and it rarely does unless I am reading for someone or it is related to someone who generally is very up and down, very chaotic, or they certainly welcome that chaos. It could be that they are highly creative, right? But something about them is welcoming a certain amount of shakeup. And this is certainly what they desire right now. It could very well be that the shakeup is what is needed for them to get somewhere with you because of where you are at with this 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands. You are desiring Knight of Pentacles energy, which is really wanting to get on with your life, wanting to get on with the path of manifesting what you need to manifest. And I want to say, probably getting on a path of work or business again. Coming out of 210s, it could very well be that you, Aquarius, may be coming out of something right now. You may even be coming out of a long-term relationship that was really, really oppressive. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you two are together. Okay, I feel like this is someone new. They see you as the Ace of Wands, and we have Page of Cups here. So I'm feeling like this is someone new for you, Aquarius, and that there isn't necessarily an established relationship here. Or if you are together, it is very early days, or it is, like I said, not an established relationship per se, but now things are shaking up. And a lot of it has to do with this, what's going on with you. 10 and 10, and then the Knight of Pentacles really indicates a whole shift, a whole ending to one stage and beginning that path, desire toward another. Now, what happened? What needs to happen for your person? 6 of Wands. They need to have a victory, a public victory. It could very well be that they need to have a public victory to get you to see them, because right now I'm not seeing you see them. You may not even realize that they are in your life as a lover per se, because remember, Page of Cups is that initial, hello, I'm here, I like you, I want to get to know more about you. So what's going to happen or needs to happen for them, 6 of Wands, I think you're going to recognize them after they have this public victory. It could be that you work with them or that you socialize with them, but that you haven't really recognized them or seen them in this capacity, but you will be soon. 5 of Swords, as a result of this public victory, this public kind of, I want to say, attention that they're going to get, that is absolutely going to get your attention. What needs to happen for you? Well, 5 of Swords energy. There's a particular battle that is still happening that you really need to let go of. So there may be a battle that you are having right now with someone. 5 of Swords is the card for defeat. So for it to be in this position, I feel like almost like, Aquarius, you may be dealing with some leftover baggage here. And there may be, or leftover residual from some kind of relationship here. And in order for you to sort of move forward, I want to say, and maybe have more of a connection with this person, because when I read like this, sometimes this relationship connections, I'm reading for a connection that you have. So sometimes these connections are there and you're not really quite sure, right? Like I'm reading for you, Aquarius, and it's like, who's really kind of still focused, not focused, but still kind of coming out of something. Still kind of coming out of a stage of your life, right? And so it isn't like you are so, you know, refined, and I want to say, fine-tuned. That's what I'm looking for. You're not so fine-tuned into everyone who's kind of paying attention to you right now, because you're still kind of in your own bubble, Aquarius. This isn't for all of you. This is gonna resonate for a few of you out there. But you're still kind of in your own bubble coming out of this 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands. And although this person, probably for you, it's in the back of your mind, for them it's very much in the front of their mind. Again, so when we come back to the 5 of Swords, also for you to kind of even be more aware of them and come out to this individual more and be more sort of open and I want to say refocused out of this area, it's 5 of Swords. There's a lingering sort of battle here, I want to say. And giving that battle up finally and for good is going to really open you up for not only what you desire, which is getting back on your path, but also for more growth within this connection, whatever this connection is. Right? Sometimes this connection here is very kind of like, it's not so much conscious. It's there, but it's like when we are focused on other things, other people, exes, or situations, sometimes what is staring us in the face is not so much, you know, we're not so much staring back at it, if you know what I mean. Nevertheless, letting go of this battle that you have here with someone who I think is probably the same person you're coming out of this 10 of Swords and 10 of, I want to say 10 of Swords with. 10 of Wands is much more like you coming out of your own baggage. But 10 of Swords, this energy I feel like is very much associated with whoever you're having this battle here with. And it's kind of like throwing up your hands and admitting defeat, or it's just admitting that you're tired of the battle. Let's get the clarifiers. Yeah, it's really interesting. This reading is definitely, I want to say, for an Aquarius who is being seen by someone else who already has their eye on you, but because you're kind of coming out of something right now, you're not quite having your eye on them as much, but you certainly have a little inkling, of course. There is a connection. This is certainly not, you know, something like, you know, they like you and you don't even know who they are. You certainly know this person. You certainly have connections with them. You may have even dated them once or twice, but it's just that they are way more focused on you than you are right now actually specifically focused on them, which definitely could change if these two come to be, right? So you have death. Yeah, there's the transformation of the relationship. Three of Cups. There's your socializing, and Knight of Swords, and cutting ties from things that hold you back. So there you go. This relationship is a relationship that's really going through a death and a transformation, and you yourself are kind of going through a huge death and transformation, Aquarius, because I feel like, again, as I said, this is a reading for an Aquarius who's kind of coming out of a situation that is closing with one person, and a new door is opening now with this new person. Three of Cups indicates a lot of socializing, hanging out with friends. You guys may run into each other this week, drinking, socializing, hanging out. Certainly that is going to help. Your friends are definitely going to help in this regard in terms of really getting it together. And then we have Knight of Swords, very much cutting away things that hold you back. People, places, and things, right? So with the Page of Swords, we cut away, or we certainly work intentionally to not let negative ideas stop us and to sort of foster positivity. With Knight of Swords, we are actively cutting ties with people and places and things that are negative for us and that keep us sort of down and keep us back, right? So this is interesting. Big changes with relationships for you, Aquarius, who you're with, and certainly someone this week through your social friend group who you know already, making a big step forward to be connected with you. And I think this is the week, Page of Cups, that they're going to make themselves known to you, and you're going to be like, wow, this could really be something. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Aquarius. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to take a quick little break and then come back with Gemini. But for right now, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and most of all, stay kind to each other, and I'll see you at your next reading. Bye-bye now.